For BYU football, well, it's been a lot of give, okay? Going 4-9, they gave away a lot of games last year. They know that. They're trying not to focus on that, but it's in the back of every BYU fan's mind. Let's get back to a bowl game, win at least 6, but you have to do it against one of the toughest schedules, or so it would seem that BYU football has ever faced approaching in 2018. Now, how does the BYU offense under Jeff Grimes respond to facing that tough schedule? I know he wants to begin in the trenches, and it helps when you have a guy that was the scout team player of the year at Notre Dame that has come to BYU, Tristen Hoge, 2-on-1 with the big boy.
As the elite member of the Hoge family, right? Did I get that right?
Oh, yeah. Who's Bo Hoge? I'm just kidding, Bo. I love you, man.
How has camp been for you? Spring football now as a fully integrated member of the BYU football team.
You know, it feels great, not having a red shirt and all that stuff again, but coming out with my brothers every day and, working on this new system, I feel like we're all learning a lot and we're progressing every day. We still got a long way to go, but that being said, we're making some strides, and I love these guys to death, and it's a good time being out here.
We'll get to more dirt on Bo and Merrill in a sec, but the journey for you to come from Pocatello to here, you go to Notre Dame. Kind of describe in like 30 seconds or so the journey that's been Tristen Hoge to get to BYU.
Well, it's been an interesting one. I mean, going out to Notre Dame, my initial mindset was not to transfer, but circumstances brought me here, and I'm glad to make this decision. The culture is incredible. Having a true family around me, like all 100+ guys in that locker room, I trust to death. They have my back no matter what, and this journey's been a long one. But now being here, I look back on it, I wouldn't change a thing.
I would imagine you had some other opportunities to go to other schools because you were a big-time recruit and had that Notre Dame backdrop. Why was BYU the place?
Believe it or not, when I decided to transfer, I was going to be granted a blanket release, and I said, you know what, just give my name to BYU, tell them to call me. Well, here's my number, and it's the culture. I knew that here that it'd be a family culture. I know people here. It's great to just be in a place where I can trust everybody here, that they have my back, that that they're my true brothers. So I like that a lot.
So Bo is your cousin, Bo Hoge, and you grew up with him. He moved to Kentucky. So did he ever live in Pocatello near you?
No. We were always opposite ends of the country. So I'm seeing each other every day. That's the most we've seen each other. I'm surprised we're not sick of each other yet. I mean, he's probably sick of me. I don't know.
So you were the distant cousin. So are you getting to know him better than you did previously, or was it like, hey, I see you at the family reunion or whatever?
Of course. I mean, being that we didn't hang out much as kids, getting to see each other every day, of course we learn more about each other. He probably is like, wow, this dude's a little crazy. Well, I did not know that. But it's all right. It goes the same way. But yeah, I mean, it's been fun, having family, right next door. It's awesome.
How would you describe yourself as a football player?
I want to talk about myself as ferocious and technically sound. I want to go out there and I want to be I want the defensive lineman to say, dang, I'm sick of getting off the ground. I want to be as technically sound as I can too. I want to look good while I'm dominating a defensive lineman. I want to know that, I'm not just looking like an absolute crazy man going out there. I want my technique to reflect as well, because I think there's two facets of the game and I want those to be perfect.
Harnessed craziness is probably a good thing, right? And you're playing what, right guard?
Controlled chaos?
Yeah, right guard, yeah.
Right guard. Okay. So you played a lot of center, right, growing up? Have you played right guard?
Actually, this is I'd say my second year playing right guard. I played center all the way through until my second year at Notre Dame, and then I started rotating a little right and left guard. Here, settled at right guard, and I like it. There's less stress. I don't have to snap the ball.
So, yeah, what other nuance or things are you learning at right guard, given it's a newer position?
Pulling. I mean, at center, didn't really pull much, especially when I was growing up. So being able to pull, I mean, that's fun. We do a lot. Our scheme here incorporates a lot of guard pulls, so that's fun to do. Of course, I can use my help. As a center, I felt like I was controlling traffic. Now, I have a little less responsibility. But that being said, it's a lot more fun. I like it a lot.
What are your daily interactions like with the new offensive coordinator, Jeff Grimes? And as you called him, his son, Ryan Pugh, the offensive line coach.
That was great, right, Dad?
Yeah, I mean, Dad and son, when they come in. So Coach Grimes definitely has no shortage of, speeches or quotes that he likes. All these great quotes are showing us Lord of the Rings films to get us pumped up. I mean, the daily interaction with him, he comes off super serious because it's that deep voice that just carries. I can hear him a mile away. But that being said, I mean, he's focused, and he's a serious guy, but believe me, he also has a humor side to him too, and he's very personable that way.
So what happened with the Lord of the Rings clips?
Oh, you know, a couple days ago he showed us, you know, he wanted it to be like war. This is going to be a warfare, so he showed us in Return of the King the massive war scene. Says, this is what it's going to be like today, boys. Full-out war. I was like, okay.
This is all resonating with Jerem.
Arizona's a bunch of orcs, right?
Oh, yeah, and he says, of course you guys aren't going to be going against a bunch of orcs. And I'm like, have you seen the defense? Are you sure? Are you completely sure about yeah, so, yeah, you know, it's things like that. Those little things, you get done, your blood's ready. You're like, wow, let's go practice right now. They're like, wait, we got to go meetings first. I'm like, okay.
Ramp it up. Meetings.
Show me again in 20 minutes.
Yeah. The new offense for BYU is a thing that everybody wants to know about, and it's got this mysterious aura around it. What's the best part of the BYU offense in your mind?
It's the attention to detail. We're very disciplined, and we're following a lot of rules out here. And you know, Coach Grimes expects nothing but perfection. You know, we screw something up, we do it again. And you know, when it come game time in September, everybody's gonna be able to see. You know, these guys are disciplined. They move as one. It's, you know, especially on the O-line, it's one finger to a fist. You know, we're all one.
All right. You're still thinking about Lord of the Rings, aren't you?
No, I'm thinking about how we could do a whole show with Tristen Hoge. That's what I'm thinking about. You want to do a whole show with us during the summer?
Why not? Yeah, get me on TV. I like TV.
Get that approved. You know, I mean, I know Merrill's got a lot of TV experience, but let's get Tristen Hoge in front of the camera.
Hey, I'm about to declare a minor in media arts, so
there we
I
go.
Need some experience.
You heard it here. Breaking news on BYU.
We can help you with that. Yeah.
Tristen, thanks for the time, man.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks for having me.